Everybody, Kyle Farley with the AMPM Guide Service and Hooked In Travel in association with Angling Outfitters in Woodstock, Ontario. And today we're going to go over creating maps and the features for the CMAP Genesis Online web server and getting them on your unit. We're at the dashboard after the initial login screen. So right here we have the web upload, the desktop upload tool, and the plotters. The desk upload tool is going to be for Windows computers only, and it downloads the program and helps you upload your sonar logs easier. Now we're going to go to web upload to upload our sonar logs, and it'll be listed underneath the sonar trips for each individual log and under each lake it's listed under. And then Genesis merges is going to have our sonar logs that are all merged into one file for each individual lake. It's going to have 2 there, or say here it's going to have under 791 sonar logs under here.
The quick search bar allows you to search the lake name, tags, description, file name, or user, which comes in handy when you have multiple lakes and rivers logged over the years.
Now if you hit the social map, it's going to take you right to the actual social map overview. Social map will take you to the map list and give you every country and every social map that's been logged. You can also search the water body name here in the quick search bar.
The plans tab here goes over the CMAP Genesis from the free version on the social maps to the Genesis Edge subscription and compares the two plans for you. The features tab goes over the exact features you get for the free version compared to the Edge subscription for the CMAP Genesis. It goes over the custom contour maps, the custom color depth shading, the social map features, compares the vegetation maps, the bottom hardness, as well outlines the trip viewer and compares each feature list side by side. The How It Works tab goes over questions, tutorials, compatible devices as well.
To upload for their tool, we're going to hit upload. We're going to hit add sonar logs. We're going to go to our desktop. We're going to find our sonar log, hit upload.
This is the option to let you keep it private or publish it to the public social map.
This is our manageable file size, which we're going to keep at about 200 to 300 megabytes because our limit here is 4 gigabytes and we don't want anything higher than that, because if you have a slow internet connection or your browser times out, you got to start over again, and especially when you're doing 30 or so files at a time. Now we're going to hit add sonar logs to add any more, but we're now going to start upload on just on this one here for demonstration purposes only. And we're going to hit upload. Now it's going to upload our sonar log. So our sonar log is done uploading. We're going to head back to our dashboard. Now it shows our trips that are processing at the moment. And then this will show up underneath whatever lake you're under the Genesis trips itself. Now I just want to go to the plotters here for a second, show you what the plotters is. So the plotters is going to be all our units that we have underneath our subscription and our login user interface. Now I have 12, 9 carbon, and then a 9 live. So we hit add device, and it's going to ask for our plotter name, serial number, and content ID, and model number, which can all be found on the about in the settings menu on the Lowrance. Now we're going to head back to our dashboard. So each individual trip viewer, so these are the ones we've uploaded here. We're going to hit Lake St. Clair. So this is borders Ontario and Michigan as well. So this actually gives you the exact shortcut to the social map itself if you want to download that and your individual files as well. So the trip viewer is about the same for the Genesis trips and your merges files from all your sonar logs merged into one map for that lake. So, and you can view them under the same menu. We're going to hit view trip. So right now for this section, we've only got 3 private logs done. So these 3 private logs here, you can go from one to the other, and then we have one merged file. So we hit that merged file, and it's going to assemble all of our ones that we've logged together. This is a pre-done merge process file itself. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our individual file. Now you can edit your trips. You can click your clear track, you can clear the contours, and you can clear the track itself. So clear all. We can bring back our track, we can bring back our contours, and then you can see each individual layers on the Genesis Edge subscription, which is $99 US a year. Hit the vegetation map. So this gives you the vegetation that you've logged, and then the composition on bottom hardness. Obviously the harder it is, the more dark and red it is, and the lighter ones, red, orange, yellow into a white or sandy bottom. Now You can also view in along here exactly where each individual log is. All through here, you can see exactly which point along here that sonar log is at by looking at the primary scan and then for your sonar and the down scan. Now this shows you the manual offset that you can do. Right now, this is our waypoints. You can upload, download the GPX files, and delete the waypoints from here, and there'll be a list here. All you have to do is create a waypoint, is click wherever you want, right click, and add waypoint, and then you can edit the ID and comments as well, and then upload them from the GPX file to your sonar log. Now we're gonna hit tools. You can edit the current tags on this file, add trip tags, adjust your title. So this is the data offset. So say if you have a fluctuation on the reservoir or river level, you can offset each individual log by -5, -10 example, or you can add them and then apply the offset to each individual log, or you can do it the whole map itself. Merge strips, so this is what I was talking about. So you gotta take each individual upload log, we hit trip title, and it'll select all for us under the log here, and this is our track buffer right now. Since I've already got a merge trip made for this, the track buffer is going to be the distance between two tracks and how the computer generation is going to generate the contours between each track. So a 25-meter buffer on smaller lakes and tighter track contours on the record, or you're going to go 50 meters and it's about 50 yards between the two. If for a larger lake, river, I don't usually go bigger than that just because you lose detail between the tracks itself. So you hit merge trips and it'll generate a chart for you. After you've merged the trips, it's going to send you an email after it's done finished processing. So we're going to head back out here. We're going to hit chart generation.
Hit that. This gives the option to generate our chart specifically for our unit, and it saves it to a zip file and opens up on your computer automatically. You must save it to 32 gigabyte card or less, micro or regular SD, depending on your unit. Gives us here our target device and what it's coded to. So we have my 12 carbon, my 9, we have a live. So we'd hit live, and then what layers you want to include. So you can option of contours only, vegetation contours, and composition and contours. So I recommend one of these two here because at least you have the option to turn off vegetation and composition and show all the contours on your map. So right now we're going to go vegetation and contours, and we're going to hit generate. Usually sometimes it takes 1 to 5 minutes to generate it. This is successfully generated map, and you click this to save it, and then it'll download to your computer. Now it's in my downloads folder. Now I do recommend making another one for composition and contours, because if you have both files in both different folders on your SD card, the unit actually will pick up both and read them at the same time. So you can flip composition and vegetation layers on and off as needed and still keep the contour lines. So we're going to generate another chart here. And we're going to hit save. We're saving another one. It's back in my download folder. So we're going to hit the downloads, go up to there. Now we're going to look for my St. Clair charts. There's one as well, 2. So we'd have an AT5 file, NOS large, NOS medium, small for varying layers of zooming in and zooming out. And the permits, you want all 5 of these files in one folder. So you're going to want this one. So one is going to be the vegetation and contours. The other one's going to be the composition and contours. We want both these files. I'm going to transfer these to an SD card and then plug it into the side of my computer. And it's going to pop up here any second. Now we have my untitled SD card. We're going to take our St. Clair files. We're going to drag them over. We're going to take the SD card and plug it into our unit. So another way to download files is the public files for the social map. So we can hit it to the list, and it'll give us all the lists of all the social map of all the lakes in the world, or hit the social map itself, and then it's going to take us to the overall world view of it. Now, another way to go to is find a lake that has social maps with it. So for example, would be Lake St. Clair, and then we can hit social map. It'll take us right to that lake. Now we're on Lake St. Clair here. So with Lake St. Clair, so every time you hit the water droplet symbol, it'll bring you to the lake itself. You can star it into your favorites of your bodies of water. We get our trip viewer for the social map itself. Now, as an Edge subscription member for the fee subscription, you can view all the composition for the lakes itself. But when you have a free subscription, you can download the maps as many times as you want, upload as much. It's all public files, and it's only going to get better through the years as everybody starts doing it and everyone's able to access all this. But you don't get access to everyone else's composition of the bottom hardness unless you have that layer. You only have access to the depth like this. So the option here for
downloading your social map is we're gonna hit the water droplet for the lake itself. We're gonna hit download, and there's gonna be a pop-up window here on the bottom. So what's gonna happen is we can download the social map for Lake St. Clair. It's the one we're on right now. And then, so this can be for the 12. So we're gonna hit 12, the carbon, and then we can get depth or composition. So we're gonna hit composition because we get both the depth and composition at the same time. We're gonna hit download, and it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna generate a file for us, and with the same folder and the same 5 files in it, and social map generated, and we're gonna hit save file. And it's gonna do the exact same thing, download it. It's gonna be in my download folder. St. Clair again, the public file, the social map, and it's gonna be right there. We're gonna drag that over to our SD card that we're using for our unit, and it's copied. So now we'll go over to the HDS unit and show you exactly how everything's laid out on there with your card. Thanks for watching our video today. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Have a great day, guys. Tight lines.